Hi, today we're trading on IQ option with literally the simplest strategy out there that you can easily handle even if you're opening the platform for the first time ever. Here we go. We've made a decent profit already, but if you want even more, welcome to my Telegram channel. I regularly post accurate trading signals that are actually very easy to make profits off of. Don't waste your time, follow the link in the description and make money with me. In this video, I'm gonna tell you guys how you can make money using one single indicator. I will obviously explain how you can set it up, how you make deals relying on it, and what the gist of the strategy is per se. Before I move on to explaining the strategy, let's figure out the way the indicators and the chart are to be set up and what this all should look like. So we're opening the indicators list in the left corner. We're only gonna need two pieces of one indicator. We're talking about moving average. Clicking it right here and adjusting these settings. I'm already done with that. Let me show you guys the settings. The first indicator's period is 11, the time is EMA, and the color is green. Click and save. Now the next one. Same indicator, different period. 56 to be exact. The type is EMA just as well. The color is red. We also want to make it up way bolder. Now we've got these lines on the screen, red and green. You can see them right now. So the red line and the green one. Now let's delve into the data behind said lines and find out how we can determine the entry point using them. The first things first, we gotta pay attention to their intersections. As you can see, there was one right here, another one right here, this intersection as well, and another one over here. Whenever the green line crosses the red one, we mark it as our entry point. However, the direction of our further trade depends on the way the lines cross. Let's take the intersection right here as an example. If the green line crosses the red one upwards, it indicates a growth. So we basically want to enter upwards. And if the green line crosses the red one downwards, we place a trade downwards, obviously, just like here. There is indeed lots of extra nuances. I'm going to be explaining them all throughout the process. I'm sure you'll get the whole thing in practice way better. I suggest we cut to the chase and start trading. However, before we do, we should set the expiry time. Our options vary from 1 to 1.5 minutes, the shortest ones out there basically. What's also important today, we're settling for a 15-second candle time frame. Why so, you might ask? The thing is, the indicator signals may oftentimes be a bit late. So we ought to keep the margin in mind. 3 to 4 candles should be enough for, to clear up for us to understand the outcome. And let's find a more comprehensive currency period and clear entry points, and I will explain everything. There is a potential for an interesting entry point. I see as soon as the red line gets crossed by the green one, as you can see that's already the case, but we gotta wait for the candle to settle. So the candle is settled, we're placing a trade downwards. However, there's a higher chance of a sideways range bound occurring, a little correction perhaps. However, I guess the chart gotta go further down afterwards though. As we can see, the chart was previously rising for a while. We can see an intersection, the green line crossed the red one. We can witness it right here. So yeah, that's why we're placing a trade downward. Also, there was a bunch of red candles over there, so our trade is likely to end up successful. Here we go, 3 red candles. Now we're free to place a trade. Literally perfect. Amazing, we've got a profit. Our trade turned out successful. The signal worked just like intended. I hope you get the whole working principle by now. Let's find an even more thorough chart with the signals to enter so that you can grasp the idea for sure. But yeah, this case was literally immaculate. So we've got a fresh intersection right here. Let's enter downward. We can see a previously rising chart in this large red candle. Besides, the green line has just crossed the red one. We actually went ahead a little bit because when we placed our trade, the red line was yet to get crossed by the green one. The candle wasn't all settled, so it could have actually jumped up anytime, preventing the intersection. So you guys better not rush and actually wait for a settled intersection. Literally, the moment the candle closes, the intersection will settle completely. You'll see the line crossing as soon as the candle settles, basically. Yep, the deal was successful, but it was indeed pretty risky. Let me explain why. The thing is, there was a huge downfall represented by this large red candle right here. Therefore, the market could have easily started going sideways as in a corrective retracement, which would only then be followed by a breakout, either upwards or downward. But yeah, we got lucky. Luck is a real aspect when it comes to these financial markets too, and our trade closed in a profit. However, I've said, as I've already said, it was pretty intense. I also want to find some example situations you should avoid placing trades in, because sometimes you might stumble upon cases when the green line, look, let's consider this case. For example, there is one intersection right here, the second one, the third one, so many of them in such a little time span. That's a range bound. We are most likely to lose our funds rather than earning with. These recurrent intersections appear due to high volatility when the price is basically going sideways. So it's quite risky to work with these cases. I would recommend you guys to wait for a longer steady course, upwards or downwards. Just like we can see right here, the price was rising for a while and started falling at some point later on. That's when we can feel free to expect profits. But yeah, there was this pretty big red candle, a rapid one. It settled at the downfall and was immediately followed by a decent upward pullback. But we entered pretty high, so I sure hope we can close this trade in a profit, because you know what I'm talking about. All these huge pullbacks and the candle shadow, so the price can still fall a bit. Looking at the indicator, we can see an intersection right here. Chances are pretty high. The chart was also rising for a while in more global terms. Anyway, the intersection occurred, so let's hope the trade closes in a profit. Although, as I said in regards of the last case, such big candles are usually followed by a little corrective retracement, so yeah, pretty risky, but we insist on trying it out, trading with the trend. Let's observe the process for now. Amazing, everything worked impeccably. The trade closed a profit. We've already made around 3 or 4 profitable deals in a row. The price is indeed falling. We used the signal and captured the intersection. Incredible. Let's carry on. Here's a pretty interesting case too. Let's observe it and analyze the situation. I guess we can enter downwards. Yeah, we're already a bit late, but that's totally alright. Here's an intersection, basically. Yeah, as you can see, the trade is probably gonna fail, but that's only because we entered a bit too late. Had we been on time, things would have been completely different. Let me double the deal amount for the next trade so that we can work meticulously with the strategy with no rush. Let's enter upwards. There's a nice intersection right here. Overall, we witnessed a decent upward breakout. Our forecast turned out correct. Although the trade is still in process, perhaps we should have paid closer attention to the expiry time. You gotta watch out for it. If you make a mistake of accidentally setting a way longer expiry than intended, you basically take the risk of missing out on your entire profit, just like it's happening right now for me. The trade should have closed like half a minute ago. However, since I didn't check it in advance to make sure, you guys better not repeat this silly mistake. As I understand, we've got 10 more minutes until the deal's expiry. That's literally so long. Well, we can only hope it will be a lucky profit. The price will get way further away from our entry point by that time. Let's see. And our trade successfully closes in a profit. Our strategy worked out perfectly. By the way, if you want to learn more useful trading tips and ways to make money, follow the link to my Telegram channel in the description. There's literally everything you need. Thank you guys for watching.